I'm recording now.
Okay. So what's up?
Nothing much. Out here at, I guess, the legislature.
The wonderful empty legislature.
Yeah, y'all can't see it, but it's under construction. I mean, you guys already know that. But
Yeah. It's looking mad busted right now. So, I don't even know. Where do we start with this?
I don't know. Where do we
How long have you been living in Edmonton?
Since I was like 6.
6?
Since I was like 6 years old, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, came here like from Ontario, like Toronto. Family found work here, so I guess that's just how I came here, I guess.
I feel that's the story like most families here,
Yeah.
is that you only ever left your home to come here to work. I don't think it was like, no one comes here for like the Fringe Festival or like Folk Fest. Maybe they do from like nearby provinces, but there's not like a strong pull to kind of like be here for anything else other than like
Just work.
commerce, you know?
No, it's a working city out here, man. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's nothing like Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver.
Yeah.
Because I feel like most people there, even though like, yeah, like people do work out there, there's so much more to see and do. So we're here like in like super northern territory. It's just like all like just flat grasslands and shit. So
It really has no reason to be bigger than like Winnipeg or
Yeah.
Regina. What effect do you think like the work culture has on, say, art,
On
for
art?
example, here, or like the general mood of like towards creativity in general in the city?
I feel like it's almost kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like a lot of creativity can and probably is just killed out here just because it's just everyone's just here to work.
Yeah.
But I feel like depending on, I guess, like what you're doing for work or something, you can just kind of find some beautifulness in, I guess, your environment.
The grind.
Yeah, you know, just going out, just kind of like I don't know. I guess like if you're just like a fucking delivery driver or something, depending on like where your routes are, you
Yeah.
can see some like nice serene stuff around here. Not
Yeah.
to say that it's all just bad out here.
No.
I feel like there's something that like you can find, even just like I guess like the flowers and stuff here, like just all the, even just the architecture here. It's like you can find some sort of like infatuation with it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. And the other thing too, especially with the flowers, like a lot of the stuff here that is made, all the stuff here that is beautiful is like also manufactured to be so. Like city of Edmonton, I think does probably more landscaping than most cities I know of.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I know what you're saying. Like the river valley's pretty sick, but it's also like really hard to like escape the grind culture, even the noise, because you're in Mill Woods.
Yeah.
So you hear the Anthony Henday all fucking night too,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, right?
But I feel like it's not as loud as, I guess, downtown or
Yeah,
even like
like
White
that's what I'm
Ave.
saying. Like
Yeah.
you go to the river valley, which is like, this is where I go to like get away, you know what I mean? And there's
Yeah.
still like, you're walking under a bridge every like couple kilometers and there's like cars screaming and a giant diesel truck roaring,
Yeah.
and you're like, how the fuck, like how does this just keep going all day? And it's not even like a big city. There's other cities that are like I was in LA at 11 o'clock, 11:30 one night on my road trip on the 405, and there's bumper to bumper traffic, like 5 lanes.
No, that's what
But
it's
LA
like.
has like an art scene, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
LA's got like obviously everything we listen to, all the clothes we wear, all the shit we do, kind of comes out of there. So like, I feel like in North America, I guess, Edmonton's kind of like the prime example of just swinging all the way to just commerce. We're here to grind, don't fuck around almost.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's that's just kind of what it is. Like, I was in Montreal like 2 years ago, and I mean, of course I was just visiting, just kind of like just chilling, just doing whatever.
Yeah.
But there was so much to do. I didn't have enough time to do like what I was actually like set to do. Like, I wanted to like check out more food.
Yeah.
I mean, I ate good in Montreal. I was eating hella good, but I just feel like there's so much, like, even just finding more and more local spots there's so much to offer. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some like cool local spots here. Like there's some really good like Ethiopian like restaurants, some good like Mexican restaurants here too. But I feel like it's just more amplified in like not just Montreal per se, but just like elsewhere.
Yeah, like especially on White Up, there's been a lot of like new pop-ups for ethnic food, like restaurants. The new Lebanese place.
Yeah.
That's by, I think it's called Exhale. I think it's down the street from A&W, but it's on that street somewhere. And I've been away for a year, so it was kind of nice to see something like that pop up instead of another like hookah lounge. I mean, hookah lounges are kind of sick too.
No.
But again, there's already a few of them, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think there's still a few. I haven't gone since I was like 16.
Exactly. No, I haven't either. Like, not to knock anyone going to hookah lounges, you know, you do you.
No,
But
hookah lounges are pretty sick.
yeah,
But it's like, that's the other thing too. It's like if there's a good thing here, it's usually pretty redundant. Someone else will hop on it, do the same thing, a little different. And yeah, some people enjoy those things too, so I shouldn't knock them, but
yeah.
So like our parents moved here, because you're 24, 23? Yeah. I'm 23, so I'm a child. No, I'm just kidding. But our parents moved here for like work, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to assess like what the mood is of our generation, because we're at this point now where like shit's kind of like slowing down work-wise in like Alberta. Like what do you think, in your opinion, like the mood towards the Albertan youth is, or like the young adult, or whatever we consider ourselves?
I guess in a work-related sense, I mean, of course, like taking into like consideration like with COVID-19 happening, and you know, cases going back up right now again and stuff like that. I feel like it's just a lot of what I feel is maybe like less motivation and stuff. It's just stuff feeling like a lot of things feeling more and more helpless.
Yeah.
And
impending doom.
Exactly. It's just feeling kind of like that. Like, you know, when our parents were, oh wow,
There's a chipmunk by the camera.
yeah, you finna knock that shit over.
Can you imagine he knocks it over? Okay, it's gone.
No, but with like the work boom, like I guess like everyone coming here with like I guess, you know, oil and just like more work being generated out here in Edmonton, it's like slowing down. But and I think the reason, like again with like hopelessness, it's like tuition for school and inflation and everything just going up. Like it's hard to like to just live pretty much.
Because I remember I graduated in 2016, and I remember when the mood shifted from what are you doing this weekend or this summer to what are you like doing for the rest of your life? Are you leaving here? You know, and it's this weird like movement. Maybe it happens to everyone who graduates, but I remember it was like everyone was like not like desperate, but like romanticizing the idea of like getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah, just
like,
leaving.
Because the mood, looking back on it, like the general like atmosphere for like Alberta for the last while has been like get a giant truck, a house in like a mansion, like a penthouse in like Spruce Grove, and just like go work for 80% of your life and then enjoy what you've bought for like 20% of your time, you know?
And
they make a shitload of money on like those pipelines, but I don't think there's a real chance to kind of become yourself. And I'm not knocking people who are like making shitloads of money. But like I often, because you know I entered the grind, I went into trades for a little bit, and I'm like, I didn't think I really knew, like got to like do things on my own, like, you know what I mean? Outside of grinding and then paying bills. Like it's that all day. It's like Cyberpunk on low battery. It's ridiculous.
And I completely 100% like agree with that. It's over here, I guess it's just more, I don't want to say more of a, I'm not trying to say like a conservative kind of viewpoint, but it's just like you work, you get paid, you go to your wife and kids and you drink beer and drive in your Ford F-150 and just
like stick to the script basically.
And that's just the general like kind of script here in Alberta, but like in Edmonton.
We're all NCPs. Wait, NPCs. There we go.
It's got me feeling like an NPC sometimes.
It really does, and you break out of it and you're like, how the fuck do I, it's like Kafkaesque, where it's like, I've woken up and I realized what I've been doing, how do I keep doing it? You know?
Exactly.
So make sure that mic is keep going. Yeah, it's still working. So what do you think, like, what do you feel the creative scene here needs to, like, really grow? Like, what do you think it needs to, like, grow? Because I feel like, honestly, a lot of people here are, like, desperate for something out, like what we like been saying, outside of Edmonton's, like, status quo culture.
Yeah.
And when I think of that in itself, it kind of creates a really good, like, palette for creativity, because you're kind of, like, articulating what you want in, like, say, art or, like, music, or music's art.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good place to start for creativity, you know, to, instead of going somewhere else where you can, like, fit in, where you can do the things you want to do. How do you think the art scene of Edmonton needs to, like, express it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm getting at?
Like, to just express kind of like their own kind of like, more like, I guess, just musical feeling, or just what they want to just exempt out, or something.
What they want to surround themselves with, you know? I feel like there's a lot, like, in my experience, there's artists in, like, St. John's, like my hometown, and granted it's a smaller population, but it seems like it's less loud in the places that it takes place in, that could be seen as similar here, like White Ave, for example. You do have, like, the theater kids doing their thing, and you have, like, the underground music people doing their thing, but there's no, like, cohesion to, like, making that a part of the scene here. It's like, this is a sideshow. If you're bored of, like, doing your perfected ritual every weekend, you can go check this out, maybe. Only if you're really bored.
Only if you're really,
but, like, I feel like if people, like, got together and did some more, like, planning, you know what I mean? Some centralized bullshit, whatever, it'd be like a bigger thing, you know?
Yeah.
You could have, like, a localized music festival almost.
Yeah,
I think the funds for it.
With, you know, just people trying to find somewhat of, like, I guess, like, a voice or something, it's just, you just gotta just experiment, really. Just, like, what I would usually do, like, I'm just kind of getting myself more involved in the local scene, I guess. Like, I've just been very, like, you know, reclusive, and I just be to myself, and I just make my own music. But I guess it's just, like, just put out stuff. Like, you don't have to put out anything on, like, you know, Spotify, Apple Music. Just put out something on, like, SoundCloud. Like, I know SoundCloud is pretty much dying, but it's just getting out a demo or an idea. Just the feeling and gratitude of just having a sound out in the public. Yeah. Like, I know some people, like, even I was, like, guilty of it, but just, like, deleting stuff, like, saying, like, oh no, like, no one's gonna, like, mess with it. But, like, if you put in, like, the time to, you know, get a DAW, get a music, like, any musical software, you might as well have the time to just put out a little like, some sounds out into, like, on the internet, and just, if it goes nowhere, don't hurt yourself over it. Just keep putting out stuff, and, like, if it makes you happy, it will make you happy in the long run. 100%. Yeah.
But I feel like that's where the issue kind of resides, because how do you stumble across that stuff, you know? Like sometimes, I remember, like, 2 summers ago, I was walking down White Ave, and I can't remember what was happening. It wasn't Fringe, but it was, like, the next week, or the week before. Maybe it was Taste of Edmonton. I can't remember. Yeah. But you're walking down the street, and here's this thing, and you're like, this is captivating. I'm gonna go investigate now, because it's got my attention. You know, I'm not really doing anything else new. And I feel like there needs to be some kind of, like, thing like that, like a collaborative effort amongst the creative minds of, like, this town that want to kind of, you know, not just, like, get out, like, express themselves on their own, but also, you know, help other people find an outlet for their kind of creativity. And I feel like that's a thing that maybe needs to be explored, you know?
Yeah. It's like everywhere else, it's just more and more tight-knit. Like, more and more people are just coming out of that scene. Like, especially like Montreal. Like, look at Kate Trinata. Like, he was just a DJ, like producer, like just making like just remixes in his room, and now he's a double Grammy winning artist. Like, and he just started from SoundCloud. Like, I feel like we just need, like, especially here in, like, we just need more of like a genre diverse crowd here. Because like right now it's just all like singer songwriter. I'm not knocking anybody who's a singer songwriter or anything, but I feel like right now with like, I guess hip hop and house just being like more like kind of R&B-ish kind of stuff, like just being like the top genre, I just feel like that also kind of might scare people away.
Yeah.
Because like if you are trying to just do like more indie rock singer songwriter, it's just, I just think we just need something that just can just meet in the middle.
Yeah.
And just have, you know, just nights of just like this and this genre and that.
Yeah.
Just kind of like include everybody in instead of just like having it just more like of a segregated kind of, you know, entity or
like
whatever.
This night would be this genre and the next night would be like,
yeah,
that would be pretty sick. Imagine music festivals like that. Like, fuck, that'd be kind of hard though, because you know, like, not to like be that guy who's gonna talk about Coachella, but like you look at Coachella, right? For example, I'm not saying there'll probably ever be anything like that here, right? I mean, Pemberton was kind of close, but that's gone now. Like, it's hard to like have a segregated, like, because that is a segregated genre type thing, right? But it almost works better. But like at music festivals, it's like all these fucking big genre names mixed together into like the first night, the second night, and the third night type thing, right? And I wonder if there's like a better format of that for like localized shit. But I look at like Blue Cobina and I can never remember his name. He has this music video of him just ripping around in a convertible car in Edmonton, and then the song is so good, but I can't remember it. And it's like big, like it's like I wouldn't have expected this to be. I didn't even know it was in Edmonton until I saw the high level bridge in the music video. But there's potential for that kind of shit here, you know, where you see something like that on your like YouTube mix, and you're like, holy fuck, is that the high level bridge? You know what I mean? And yeah, it's weird.
No, that's pretty sick. You'll have to send me that or something. I don't know. I don't know, but that's cool to hear.
Yeah.
That's sick to hear though.
Yeah. Clothing's also pretty big too. Like night shifts is pretty sick. I see that everywhere now.
Yeah.
And it used to be like some of my friends be wearing it, but I've been walking down White and there's people I've never seen before in my life, and they're just wearing like night shift sweaters.
Yeah, no, that's, you know, like, shout out to the homie, man. Like, that's,
yeah. Oh, and Mo. Forgot about Mo. Mo's music's so fucking good. And you worked on that album, right?
Like most of, like, pretty much the entirety of it, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a couple tracks. That's crazy.
No, we go way back. Like we've been close since like junior high.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, like I remember like it was like around high school or whatever. He found out like I was just making music like just in my room and shit. And he was like, "Yo, like, you make like music and shit?" It's like, "Yeah, like, do you do something?" It's like, "I'm trying to get into rapping."
Yeah. No, that album was actually big. Like that was like, I think we listened to that like that entire summer. It was just called Smile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was really good. And yeah, like there's fucking, that's here. You know, that's a noise that's coming out of the city. Granted, Mo's been back and forth from like Montreal and stuff, right? But like that was refreshing. That was kind of like hopeful. Like, okay, it's not just oil being pumped out of Edmonton. It's like a little bit of music too.
Yeah, there's a scene growing.
Yeah, it just needs more nutrition.
Yeah, like I didn't even know about like any scenes going on here. Honestly, it was just like Mo who who's been talking to me about like some artists here,
Yeah.
and especially like the Good Information like jazz group. Like they're going to be playing like the Edmonton Jazz Festival. I'm not sure if that's like, I don't even know. I don't know if it's like tomorrow or something, but they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. Yeah. I can't even remember the venues I've gone to see some of the local musicians here. But I think there's one just like before the hill over there. What is it? It's like how you get down to Groat Road. There's like a play. Anyway, Absurd Collective had a festival there. Sort of like a festival, I guess you'd call it. Like a night, like a show.
Yeah.
And that was also pretty nice because they have like merch and stuff too. So it's like everyone knows how to do it. It just seems like there's not enough eyes on it almost.
Yeah.
You know?
And I don't know what it is that has to change about that, but I think just more, I don't want to say like just more marketing, because like, what is that really going to do? But it's just, people just need to like release more and more stuff. I'm not saying like you just need to keep pumping out music, but it's like, the people need to hear it. There's people who are thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
And just more people need to act and just get some music out, because people like want some sort of change.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we want to be the next like headlining city or whatever. It's like, yeah, it's cool Drake comes here like every so once in often, but like, I don't know. I think Edmonton is like kind of on the slight, you know, like trajectory up to being the next kind of big city, but only time will tell. Really.
Yeah, and I mean like Toronto's got names, you know, and there's a centralized like network there that's kind of working for that.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of people kind of like agreed to kind of like dump what they have. Like look at Drake, he's running around downtown and what, like I'm not to stand on Drake. He's running around like downtown and stuff giving out CDs for free, like listen to my shit, and that's how he like made it, you know what I mean? And like you can't do that anymore. Because like
in the streaming age, you can't do that.
You can't, because like people don't even have CD players in their cars anymore, you know. But like, yeah, it's such a weird time, and we're all just starting to go outside again. Is the other thing. We've been in our houses for like a fucking year.
Yeah.
You know. So I do feel that a little bit, because I've been to a lot of fucking different cities in this country, and there's not. Granted, I'm not like immersing myself. I don't have like friends in all these cities that like know what's up. But like here, I feel like I know a lot of people who know of someone who is doing this thing, and they're just trying to like make it. You know, they're just trying to be loud enough. And like like you're saying, saturation, like just getting your shit out there. Hell yeah. But I also think, I do think some type of like, there's got to be like, not like a fucking company that comes in and like hijacks it, because that'd just ruin it, you know what I mean? But I feel like everyone needs to get together and be like, we should try to rent out like this theater or like something. Can you imagine if they like rented out like, what's that one, is it Windspear?
Like the Windermere or something? No, not Windermere. Like I think it's Windspear.
The Windspear, I hope I'm getting that name right, 'cause it's like the theater here for like, like whenever like a comedian comes in, like that's the theater, unless it's like Rogers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name.
I think it's Windspear.
Yeah.
But can you imagine if everyone got together? We're like, tell all of your friends, because not everyone has the same fucking friends, you know what I mean? So all your friends pull up to this like place for this like weekend. We put our money together and rented out this place. You know, I feel like not only we're gonna sell tickets, but a lot of people are gonna be like, that shit kind of hit. That one song or like this thing kind of hit. The way the whole room kind of shifted at this like point in this track, whatever. Yeah. Like I feel like something like that needs to happen, like something big, even if it's like once a year, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely something brewing here. It just needs like, it's like the pilot lights out. You know?
Exactly. There are some like shows that go on around here that are like, I haven't been to some of these shows per se. Like even Mo, like he's asked me to, like he's told me, he's actually almost yelled at me to like perform, and I'm like, I don't know when, how, and if I will do it, but I think I'm kind of coming around more to it, like, you know, even after this conversation, and just just getting like some talks, just like, hey man, like you're more than just like a producer, and like I've known that, but it's just like to actually hear it from like other people.
Yeah.
Maybe just Mo. It's made me want to like go out and like explore more of like music, like, you know, maybe just try singing, like rapping and doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, just something just more vocal, attentive, or something like that.
Yeah. No, I 100% feel that. And I mean, fall's coming soon, so people are going to want to be inside more often anyway.
Yeah, I got to make some love songs like for the winter.
Some cuffing season songs.
Yeah.
It's cuffing season.
Some cozy vibe music.
Yeah, like I know some kids like this guy Harry I went to school with. His like name was OG Henny Loaf. You know, probably like barely anyone's probably heard of him besides people who went to school with him. And he made some crazy shit too, like some good shit. But yeah, he just like gave up. You know, university got a tens on him, and fair enough. You know, he's happy with his shit. I suppose. You know,
I hope he's.
I hope he's doing happy.
I hope he's happy.
Yeah. But like, yeah, it's swinging that way now, where it's like you can make almost enough, especially the summer before COVID, at like just different venues.
Yeah.
To just like almost pay rent, you know what I mean? And that's pretty fucking big, you
Yeah.
know? You go home and sit at a desk and create something that like pays your bills. That idea is fucking sick. It just sounds sexy as hell, you know what I mean? But yeah. I'm excited.
There's a whole family over here.
Yeah, legislative building. Something to see the world famous legislative
The
building.
world's famous legislative.
That's half broken. It's like, it's such a sad scene. This is usually all water. And like fountains and like waterfalls and shit.
I'm highly convinced that it isn't. I'm not even sure anymore.
What?
I'm not even certain if there is water. Like, it's been so long.
Yeah.
It's just been dry area for like how long?
Yeah, are they gonna clean this shit too? But yeah, I'm excited. I think people have been sitting down making a lot of shit too, is the other part, you know?
Yeah.
And this guy I used to work with, his performing name's Indecisive. He's been getting a lot of his shit mastered professionally. Like, he's been putting a lot of money into it. And when he's putting a lot of money into it, he's been in the game for like a year, 2 years, maybe. Like, you gotta wonder what else everyone else is doing. You know? Especially the bigger names we were like talking about earlier. And that just gets me a little bit excited. But even like the theater kids, like I feel like their hearts are kind of broken because they went to like, what's the name of that school? What's the school called? We all know the name of the school. Vic?
Victoria, Victoria School.
They went to Vic for theaters and like performance and stuff, and like, granted there's spots for them now, but it's like, there should be an outlet, you know, almost even like represented by Vic, or like one of the sponsors of Victoria School.
Yeah.
Should be like hosting these kids and like doing like some good advertisement around the city, like maybe even a billboard, you know. Like, but there's not. The billboards are all like, there's a Flat Earth Edmonton Society billboard, and there's no like, you know, there's nothing.
What are we doing?
And that's where we need to be. I feel like I think that's what I'm getting at. But in my opinion,
like, if the Flat Earth dudes are getting up billboards, why aren't we just getting up our own billboards?
Yeah, they're paying like, I think it's still there. I drove my friend to the airport like 2 weeks ago, last week, and it's still there. It's like Flat Earth Society Edmonton. It's got like a website on it. It's got like the Flat Earth on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's good. Some like art design student got paid for that. You know what I mean?
And kudos to them. You know.
Yeah, they're making it. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that also this just kind of like is lucrative for also like people who have went into like post-secondary strains.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like everything is here for it. It's just not. I guess it will be coming about, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, but yeah. Yeah, anything else?
I don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't know. Edmonton is a strangely, oddly, kind of beautiful place that can improve.
Yeah.
With arts and I guess just like a lot of people's like mental well-being. But
Yeah.
I think we're like actually kind of coming around to like, you know, some sort of resurgence over here.
Yeah. No, for
But,
real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. I just drove across the country, like last month,
Yeah.
and this is the first city where I've seen that flag. You know what I mean? And like that's pretty big.
That is huge.
Because I went through like Montreal,
Yeah.
Thunder Bay, Quebec City, and like this is the first place where like that is everywhere already. You know what I mean?
It's monumental, honestly.
It is. It's pretty monumental in its own way, and yeah, there's shit that's like ready to be pumped out of here in volume. But yeah. Anyway, this is a tight conversation. Let's shake on it. I can't move because my shit's gonna break.
No, I'm a move.
There we go. Alrighty, nice talking to you. And we'll just call it there. Alright. That's pretty solid, right?
Yeah. Like a first kind of like.
I'm excited for that.
It's like 30, exactly 30. Not really exactly 30. Yeah, like it shows like location.